Season 10 has completely reworked Infernal Hordes, and now it's one of the most important farming methods in Diablo 4. If you're still playing like it's Season 9, you're already wasting hours. Blizzard didn't just adjust a few numbers here, they rewrote the rules of endgame farming. In this video, I'll walk you through what's new, why it matters, and how to turn these changes into your biggest advantage this season. Why Infernal Hordes matter now? Infernal Hordes used to feel frustrating. A bad choice could ruin your whole run, and 10 minutes of effort went straight into the trash. But Season 10 flips that upside down. Now every run is packed with opportunities. The reward system has been upgraded across the board, and you can walk away with thousands of Aether, stacks of gold, mountains of materials, and even guaranteed legendary drops. And here's the kicker. If you're confident in your build, you can push into higher risk choices that shower you with even greater rewards. It's no longer about one or two critical picks. The entire run has become a chain of risk and reward. Every decision matters, but make no mistake, your build determines your fate here. If you don't have strong AoE, you'll feel the pain immediately. If you do, though, Infernal Hordes becomes a playground. Season 10 tier balance. So what's actually worth your time? Chaos Wave and Chaos Monsters sit at the top. They're the must-pick options this season. Fleeting Hordes and Bartuc are strong choices when you need speed or loot progression. Chaos Rifts can swing either way, depending on your build. And the older Council fights? They're solid, but nowhere near as efficient as before. And here's the thing, the balance isn't static. Blizzard has already shown they're willing to tweak numbers mid-season. What's S tier today could slip tomorrow, and what feels underwhelming now might suddenly become meta. That's why the community discussions, and yeah, places like our Discord, matter so much. Because keeping up with the shifts is as important as knowing the baseline. Chaos Wave, the storm of Season 10. Chaos Wave is where things get wild. Each wave throws more and more enemies at you until the screen is filled with chaos. And that chaos, it's pure profit. Players on the PTR were pulling in 3 to 4 times more Aether than regular runs, just by taking this option. If you're running a Lightning Sorcerer, a Raven Druid, or a Bloodwave Necro, this is your dream scenario. But for single target builds, it's a nightmare. One stun, one mistake, and you're done. That's why Chaos Wave is both the most dangerous and the most rewarding choice you can make. If your build can handle it, nothing comes close. And the beauty of Chaos Wave is that it doesn't just reward raw damage. It rewards good positioning, smart cooldown usage, and teamwork. A coordinated group can make Chaos Wave look easy. One player pulls aggro, another nukes down packs, while support builds keep everyone alive. Solo players, though, need to be extra cautious. Without backup, one unlucky wave can send you straight back to town empty-handed. Chaos Monsters, free power. Then there are Chaos Monsters, and honestly, they feel like a blessing. Kill them, and they hand you shrine-like buffs that can flip an entire fight. Suddenly you're hitting harder, moving faster, shrugging off damage, or spamming abilities without cooldowns. The best part? There's no catch, no trade-off. It's just free strength handed to you mid-run. What makes Chaos Monsters so strong is how well their buffs align with the pacing of Infernal Hordes. A sudden burst of speed right before a boss wave, or a cooldown reset when the screen is packed with elites, can be the difference between success and failure. Chaos Rifts, the gamble. Chaos Rifts, on the other hand, are a gamble. They tear open mid-wave and flood the field with extra enemies. If you've got big AoE, you'll melt them down and rake in piles of Aether. If you don't, they become a chore that slows your entire run. And in hardcore, they're downright terrifying. The mobs that spawn from rifts tend to hit hard and fast, often catching players off guard. But there's a silver lining. Sometimes those rifts spawn rare enemy types that drop juicy loot. Other times, they fill the arena with cannon fodder that turns into a river of Aether. That's why Chaos Rifts are risky. Sometimes they're the jackpot, sometimes they're the trap. And part of the fun in Season 10 is deciding when to take that gamble. How to push 5k Aether. And yes, it's true. 5,000 Aether in a single run is possible now. With the right mix of choices and a little luck, players are already hitting that number. Think about what that means. One good run can now give you what used to take hours of grinding. It changes how you approach farming completely. If you encounter a goblin wave, it is possible to earn 1,000 to 1,500 Aether in a single wave. That's the heart of Infernal Hordes now, efficiency through strategy. It's not just about killing mobs, it's about playing the system. Fleeting Hordes, quickfire runs. One of my favorite additions is Fleeting Hordes. Just 4 waves, 2 bosses, and you're done in a few minutes. Perfect when you don't have time for a full run but still want some loot. It's almost like the coffee break version of Infernal Hordes. Jump in, smash through a few waves, grab your rewards, and get back to whatever else you're doing. You don't get the same Aether gains as Chaos Wave, but you do get consistency. And for casual players, consistency is worth a lot. For hardcore grinders, Fleeting Hordes are like a warm-up. Something to test builds on or to grab a few quick mats before diving into the real runs. But for anyone short on time, it's easily one of the best quality of life changes Blizzard has made in a long while. Bartuc, Warlord of Blood. And then there's Bartuc. He's not just another council fight, he changes the flow of the run entirely. His portals throw more enemies into the arena, and his damage checks will punish weak builds. But here's the payoff. Loot drops directly on the ground. No Aether needed. That one change, like bypassing the Aether cost, makes Bartuc incredibly appealing. For players still building out their gear, Bartuc can speed up progression dramatically. Instead of wasting runs trying to scrape together mats, you walk out with tangible upgrades in hand. Season 10 has turned Infernal Hordes into a strategic playground. Chaos Wave and Chaos Monsters are the crown jewels. High-risk, high-reward mechanics that can make or break your run. Bartuc reshapes loot progression and forces you to think carefully about your endgame path. The real question is, how far are you willing to push? Will you chase the chaos for massive gains or play it safe and steady? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want the deep dive tier list with all the math, the stats, and the strategies, come hang out in the Discord. The link's in the description. Until next time, may your loot be legendary.